don't know how he got accepted in. Or not kicked out.
Alright.
We switched spots. Okay! So, it's been a while.
It has.
Like a month? This is my drum roll.
We're going to talk about terrible things that happened at our primary school. Like, it seemed great at the time.
Yeah, like, you don't notice anything wrong with it while you're there. But then when you move on to a different school and you're
Catholic high school.
You're like, oh, this wasn't normal. This isn't socially accepted. Okay. Where should we start?
I don't know.
With the good old Joel poll?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing that happened.
The Joel poll. Okay, so I think it was like year 2. And year 2, so our school went from kindergarten to year 6. And in year 2, there's this guy called Joel. And he was weird, to say the least. And I remember he had, yeah, like yellow teeth and green spit because he drank so much coffee. That's all I remember from him. And he was really tall and just, you know those weird kids when you're just kind of like, bye! And there was this pole, like, at the collar, and he made out with it, and everyone called it the Joel pole. For years later, okay, so fast forward to year 6, people still call it the Joel pole, and if you touch the Joel pole, even in year 6, then you would have Joel germs. Like, you were disgusting, you were feral as fuck. Like, you don't go near the Joel pole. Everyone who wasn't in our year and below would see everyone touching the Joel pole and would be like, you have Joel germs! So that's a fun little starter. Oh my, okay, so there was this teacher,
To be honest, no one really liked him. He was just kind of like really grumpy all the time.
Like on his period 24/7. Basically, in year 6, that year he was a casual teacher.
Yeah, he did like sport for all the classes.
Yeah, and so their normal teacher was away, and so they had this Mr., as their casual teacher. So usually we combine classes, so there was 2 classes in his room, and he had his laptop projected on like the whiteboard. Because he was like, I think they were watching BTN or something, which is like a news thing that they used to make us watch. And on laptops when like it has like all your like most viewed websites, like in that little like those 6 boxes where it has all your most viewed websites, all of them were porn websites. All of them. Not one was not a porn website. And so there's like 70 kids ranging from 11 to 12 just looking at porn, and then he got suspended for like 2 weeks.
That was it. He still came back, and he
came back, and he's still
pretty sure he still teaches.
So we're moving on to Trey. Which Trey story are we doing?
I don't know, just him in general.
Boob one or hand sanitizer?
Start with the hand sanitizer.
Okay.
Started off easy.
In year 3, there was this guy called Trey, and he moved into our school. Weird, to say the least. Extremely sexual, disgusting, smelled gross, fat. Not that anyone really cared, but when you're in year 3, you're like, haha, you're fat, like, you know what I mean. And so he used to run around touching people, like touching the girls.
That sounds weird, but just
like,
haha.
Yeah, like, ha, you got Trey germs, like, I'm touching you, I'm disgusting, I'm sweaty, like, you know what I mean? And so, he used to, like, run around touching all the girls.
Yeah.
Yes. And progressing on, moving onwards, steam training forwards. We were like, ew, Trey touched me, I have a fatal disease, I'm gonna die. And this girl, who shared the class with us, when Trey touched us, she would give out hand sanitizer so we could cleanse ourselves of the germs. And we'd do this right in front of him. People would he'd tap us, and we'd go, Rachel, we need hand sanitizer. And he would see us like getting it and like putting it on, but even if he touched our shoulders, we would put the hand sanitizer on our hands and think that it worked.
Which it wouldn't have done anything anyway, but like, you know, we just thought it would like spread all on our skin.
Yeah, you know, like the plague. Also, the second Trey story.
Oh.
There was multiple Trey stories, but these are the two that like I can remember the most and that we can remember the most and stuff.
Yeah.
Alycia, I think this was year 5 or 4.
4.
I can't. In year 4, everyone had a crush on Alycia, especially Trey. Trey was a little more invested in this crush, I guess I could say. You know, just a little bit more obsessed. And the reason why every single guy had a crush on Alycia was because
I was the first girl who had boobs. Simple as that. First one.
So every guy was like, Alycia, I love you. And she was a slut. Like, she dated everyone. But now she knows they all just dated her for her boobs. Moving on to pocket knives. At our school, you know, it had a lot of weird people, as you can probably tell. I mean, they let me in. Everyone used to bring pocket knives to school. Everyone used to bring knives to school because there's always heaps of fights and like people used to like stab each other with the knives. Like, not really stab, but more like, here, this is a knife, right? Like, you know, like, get away from me, you cunt. Sitting behind this guy and he was like, oh, want to see my knife? And I was like, sure, I'll see your knife. He reaches into his bag and just pulls out a massive steak knife. Like, this long, full-on, like, serrated steak knife. And I was just kind of like, cool,
That's nice.
That's a little interesting. I'm gonna leave.
We also had lots of classrooms being broken into.
Leading into our next subject. People used to, like, smash the windows and, like, tear down all, like, the charts. Like, students used to do this as well. They used to break in to the...
Like, on weekends and stuff.
Yeah, weekends. Students used to break into the school and smash the windows.
And they'd, like, take, like, the computers.
And, like, tear down, like, the times tables, charts, and stuff like that.
Like, the classroom next to us, like, they got, like, completely raided. Like, everything was, like, gone. And then ours, we had, like, it wasn't even probably smashed. It was just, like, a cracked window, and that was it. And I was like, okay.
No, and there was, like, used to be, like, graffiti everywhere and everything like that. They used to, like, spray over the whiteboard so you couldn't write on them. And, in year 3 or something, they, like, this was really, really bad. They smashed all the windows. There was graffiti everywhere. The desks, and, like, I know all the chairs were gone, and the desks were all upside down, like, stacked on top of each other in a massive tower. So, this is one of the worst break-ins we ever had. Actually, I don't know if it's one of the worst
but it was, like, while everyone was at school.
So, yeah, like, they didn't take anything, but they just kind of wandered around school with a gun.
They just, like, all had us, like, crowd
so they
into
had, like,
the hall and, like, sit down.
We had all of us in a hall and we were just, like, sitting down singing, and then the alarm went off that there was someone in our school. They locked the doors because, you know, they thought it was
like a drill.
They thought there wasn't actually someone walking around our school. They were very wrong.
We just keep singing. We could have all been shot.
So that's some public school horror stories for you.
To have a long, hard think about.
Bye.
Bye.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.